what do you love about CrossFit?
All right, so I love when people walk back out the door after coming in, they smile and they're happy and they have a little pep in their step. So the physical side of CrossFit, whenever somebody comes in as a new athlete, they think that they can't do everything that everybody else is. And I don't know one athlete or member that's walked out here and hasn't done something they thought they couldn't do. So the physical gains are really cool, getting stronger and faster and fitter. But the emotional and mental, social, even with the friendships and the relationships they build, and the spiritual aspects of somebody going from not having a healthy balance of those to having a really healthy balance is my favorite thing. So people build friendships. When you suffer and you sweat together alongside one another, it creates this cool bond. And that's the thing that kind of makes CrossFit a little bit different than most fitness programs, because it's that group setting and everybody's doing the same workouts, just tailored a little bit, different individually. And so there's this unique bond that's formed, and that's where those like social, mental, emotional ties are made. And people walk out of here smiling when maybe they didn't walk in smiling.
What do you hate about CrossFit?
All right, so in CrossFit, there's a leaderboard. And this helps us track people's fitness. So we write up workouts and try to get people fitter, stronger, faster, overall healthier. Well, the tracking sometimes becomes a problem because we can easily get into the comparison game, not just worried about how we're getting better and fitter, but we start thinking about other people and how they're better at me than this, and they were up higher on the leaderboard. So the tracking thing is very helpful as a coach and as an athlete. If you know where your foundation is, like where you started and where you came from, and you can remember and reflect on that, then that is a good thing. That's where the leaderboard and the tracking system becomes a good thing. But sometimes it becomes a very unhealthy, almost sort of like an addiction, or that comparison to other people sort of thing, drives people out of the gym sometimes because they can't handle not being at the same level as the half of the class. So I don't like that part for sure.
What problems do you face being a woman athlete or a gym owner?
All right, so the CrossFit's cool because it's always prescribed that women get 30% less of the load, and sometimes even gymnastic skills, because women and men are made differently, then it's always balanced. So that really creates a level playing field as far as an athlete is concerned. So we've never really dealt with female males in that sort of aspect. But as a coach, if I have a guy in my class, then a lot of times those males do like for their coach to be of high athletic ability with the skill, basically being able to do everything that they can do, in the context of a little bit lighter loads, like that 30%. But what I found out is I really haven't dealt a lot with that, because I welcome them in, I show them the respect that they deserve just as a human being, whether they're a guy or girl, and they give that back to me. So it's a lot about just how you start the relationship and that first impression. And if you put effort into coaching them and helping them and giving them something valuable on their first day or two with you, then the female male thing doesn't become an issue. They show that same respect if you're willing to give it.
What advice do you have for women and teenage girls with body image problems, or they're worried about working on a CrossFit, like gaining muscle and all that?
Yeah, so we deal with this a lot, or we hear it a lot coming in the doors. And I've honestly never seen in 14 years somebody with that fear walk away like looking like a bodybuilder. Like it takes a lot of work for women to build muscle, and that is a specific program all in itself, and it's not a CrossFit program. It's like a bodybuilding, super, super strict diet sort of program. So what we have found, trying to deal with that question and help women out, is instill confidence in them in the way their perspective on their training. Meaning that if I have a female that walks in the door and says, I want my arms to look skinny, like I want to be able to lose the flab right here. So I turn that what she's requesting into, hey, let's work on getting your first push-up. So it's changing the shift or the focus of what they see physically, or what their goals are like physically, with body image, into like performance and activity and the ability for them to be able to move. And so changing that focus helps them take the stress out of it. And at the end of it all, say 3 months down the road, usually it happens that they have their push-up or their pull-up that they worked on, and the flabby arms are gone too. So we can wrap our head around, something specific with our body image, and it just beat us down, wear us out. And so changing that perspective in your head is what my job is as a coach. So I instill belief in them, that they're able to do, a push-up or pull-up, and then that they focus on that, and it takes their mind off of the flabby arms that they came in wanting off.